Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I have a two-part haul video for you that combines a bunch of stuff that I got from Sephora, from the cosmetics company store, which is an outlet of Prime Outlets. It's the cosmetics company store, if you're not familiar with it, is owned by Estee Lauder, and I'm talking about the Empire Estee Lauder. So the entire umbrella of companies under it send overstock and discontinued products and so forth to this outlet store. So we're talking about Tom Ford, we're talking about Smashbox, Clinique, Too Faced, Bobbi Brown, MAC products, Estee Lauder obviously, and some others. So that's the cosmetics company. And then the third place where I purchased some things, some goodies, is at the fragrance shop in the airport on the way back from our family vacation on Friday. I saw that store and knew I had to make a beeline for it before getting on the plane. So I have in part one here just the fragrances to share, and in part two I will share all of the makeup products. I will do my very best to go through these quickly. In part one we've got 14 fragrances to share. I'm not going to do notes and all of that. I'm just going to give you my impressions of the fragrance and what attracted me to it in an effort to keep the video rather short. So in no special order, we're going to start with two Michael Kors fragrances that I got from the cosmetics company store. Mind you, I already had Twilight Shimmer from Michael Kors, which is this beautiful, deep, sexy, plummy fragrance, wonderful for evening, very alluring scent. So I got minis then of Starlight Shimmer and Midnight Shimmer, Starlight and Midnight. So quick impressions of these. The Starlight one, oh my gosh, it's sweet. It comes across a little bit gourmandy to me. Maybe there's some vanilla or something in there. It's woody. It's a very sexy grown-up fragrance. I love that. That's the Starlight Shimmer. Really nice date night kind of fragrance. And then your Midnight Shimmer. This is all part of the same line here. Is a bit different. The Midnight Shimmer one comes across a bit cleaner, whereas the Starlight Shimmer is like a sweeter, woodier, more deep fragrance. The Midnight one is a bit lighter, maybe more floral, a little bit sweeter than this one. Both really nice fragrances, and at the outlet store these were like, I don't know, maybe between the $20 and $30 range. Lovely little choices. From the airport store I found Terre de Lumiere by L'Occitane. I a while back tried out the EDP version of this. Let me go grab that. So the eau de toilette version looks like this, which is a beautiful bottle. It's a much lighter fragrance. Terre de Lumiere is light of the land, and it's supposed to mimic what the sunrise, the light that the sunrise casts over the land in Provence, France. Very nice fragrance, but it doesn't last at all, and it doesn't have a lot of staying power. It's very light and demure, and I was wanting something with some more substance. So while I've kept this in my collection, I was glad that I found the eau de parfum version. This one, the notes are different too. This has ambrette at the top and it has lavender in the middle. I forget what's in the base, probably something sandalwoody, musky is what's coming across to me. It's a much richer fragrance, heavy on the lavender, but the lavender is embraced by whatever those woody, musky notes are at the bottom there. Really beautiful fragrance. I did try it on at the store in the airport, and it lasted quite a bit longer than the EDT version. So I'm really glad that I got this. Next up is another from the cosmetics company outlet store. It's Aegea Blossom, like Aegean Sea, Aegea Blossom from the Aerin line. Aerin, I believe, is the daughter of Estee Lauder and has her own sort of private line of higher end fragrances. This is a very light, clean, floral, soapy fragrance. It's one that once you spray it on, if you stick your nose right in it, it is a little bit too air freshener-ish, right? But if you step away or just smell it sort of wafting in the air, is one of the cleanest, prettiest, lightest, most airy fragrances I think I've ever smelled. Very elegant, light fragrance. Really pretty. Again, don't get too close up on this. Spray it and let others enjoy it as they're in your vicinity. Lovely. My husband really liked this as well. A clean, soapy floral, not soapy in like the aldehydic way, soapy in like a clean, fresh, just fresh, absolute freshness with this one. This was a bargain. It was at the back of the cosmetics company store in the 75% off section. And you know, I had to add to cart. By the way, the boxes for these are beautiful. Let me grab that. The box is totally part of the shopping experience. And look how pretty that is. It's just gorgeous, the design on that. And that's exactly what the fragrance smells like. Pretty floral, light, ozonic, bluish, like in the clouds kind of blue. Love it. Very sort of atmospheric fragrance. That's Aerin Aegean Blossom. Lovely. At the airport store, we also picked up Tom Ford's White Patchouli. Very heavy patchouli fragrance. Period. End of story. Yes, there are other notes in it, but if you don't like patchouli, just forego this. Like, don't even consider this. It's really a nice, clean, white. It's linear as a patchouli fragrance, but has some substance and depth, right? It's not like a boring patchouli. And it's not like your corner store, head shop, incense shop sort of patchouli. It's clean. That's how I can describe this. The bottle is gorgeous. This is a smaller one. I think it's a 50 ml, 1.7 ounce. Nice and light. White patchouli. If you're into patchouli, you may want to check this one out. I also picked up in the Sephora sale on recommendation from my friend here, Charlotte Ross. I will link her channel down below. And maybe just the video where she did, I forget what she called it, but it was like vanilla fragrances for the summer, I believe. I'll link it. But she talked about Santal Vanille by the Seven Virtues, which is a company that I haven't really looked at much. I think I have one rollerball from this company. But she talked about this being a very comfortable sandalwood, and I would agree with that. It has vanilla, it has sandalwood. What else is in here? I forget what's at the top, but it's very much like a spa fragrance or something that you would sort of burn in, not burn, like an oil that you would put in your oil, whatever you call those things, dispenser, atomizer type of things, where the fragrance is, why can't I find my words today, y'all? The stuff that you put in the machine with the vapors that comes out to throw fragrance out into the air in your house. Help me out. Sometimes those simple words escape me, but the Seven Virtues, really pretty sandalwood fragrance, very much on the woody end. I find this. I don't get a lot of vanilla in this, to be fair. I do get a pretty light sandalwood here. Okay. Next up is one that I really thought I was going to purchase a full bottle of. I talked about this in my coconut fragrances video with my husband. I'll link that below too. We had a blast doing that fragrance. Actually, I didn't talk about this. I'm talking about Soleil Blanc, and I have Eau de Soleil Blanc. I have a full bottle of that, and it's supposed to be a lighter version of this. I was really wanting a creamier coconut, and so I went for a travel spray of the Soleil Blanc, although in that video I talked about buying a full bottle. So I put the full bottle in my cart and hemmed and hawed about it, and eventually took it out and just did the travel spray. I chickened out because the price on the Tom Fords, I mean, do I need to say anything? It's gonna break the bank. And I didn't really want a little version. I wanted the big bottle. So I thought either I get the big bottle or I get the travel spray. I didn't want like the in-between 1 ouncer for $9,486. Come on, Tom, what are you doing to us? But this is so pretty. It is a very much a beachy fragrance. It has a note in there. I think it's pistachio. And it also has obviously coconut, and I think some florals too. It's pretty, it's beachy. A lot of people talk about this being a luxury beach fragrance, like something a wealthy woman at a resort would wear. I don't know what that smells like, you guys. I love all these like analogies. I see a wealthy woman walking through a resort lobby in white linen. No, I don't. It's just, it's a nice summer fragrance. Soleil Blanc. Been wanting to get my hands on this for a while and glad to have it. And I do like it enough that I would probably purchase a full bottle, but I wanted to make sure. So I will go through this travel spray and then add a full one to cart at some point. Next is one that I got from the where did I get you? The cosmetics company store was also on sale. Another Tom Ford, Fleur de Portofino Acqua. It's got a lot of florals. It comes across to me very marine. A blue fragrance with some marine saltiness to it, flowers, very much like the air that you might get off of a salty sea with florals. It's nice. This is another one. If you spray it on and stick your nose right in it, you're going to get air freshener vibes and it's not going to be pleasant. So let it sit on your skin, mix with your chemistry, and then this beautiful floral, marine, slightly ozonic thing comes out, and it will smell nice in the projection. This is another one that's better in projection than it is when you stick your nose right in it sort of thing. Speaking of Tom Ford, I do love the Tom Ford bottle shapes. I'm not as crazy about the blue bottles, like all the whole Portofino series and all of that, the Mediterranean ones. There's something about this blue that is maybe just too deep. I wish it was more the color of the sticker, like it was more aqua, or turquoisey than this deeper, what I call a marineish kind of blue. Nonetheless, I love the shape of the bottles and the minimalism of this. Got it for a steal at the cosmetics company store. Moving along, also at the cosmetics company store, another Tom Ford, and then we'll move on from Tom Ford, I promise. I got in a set Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Beautiful bottle. Look at that. This is elegance, you guys. And then the travel spray to go along with it. This is marketed toward men, is considered an evening, deep, rich, ambery fragrance. And it is hot. Hot, hot, hot. This is giving me vibes of Elizabeth Arden's Fifth Avenue Royale, mixed with Coco Noir, mixed with Tom Ford Noir Parfum. Beautiful fragrance. Yes, it's marketed toward men. I would absolutely rock this. I purchased this for my husband and he tried it on this morning and just smelled like everything I've ever wanted in a man. Amazing, amazing. Really beautiful, opulent smell. Not your everyday fragrance, one that is very special occasion, a heavy fragrance for the evening. It's the extreme version that would go well in a formal event. Of course, you can wear it during the day if you want to. You wear whatever you want. I'm just saying that this will perform really, really well in the evening. And I love the architecture of this bottle. The T, the F with the ribbing, the TF on top, and the black and gold just screams elegant, classy, fantastic. And I got the little travel spray. You guys, I got both of these for 90 bucks together. 90 bucks combined in this gorgeous bottle bottle presentation. This box that is just gorgeous. So that's the cosmetics company. If you have one near you, run over there and get yourself some goodies, y'all. Okay, just a few more fragrances then. I also wanted to mention before I talk about these fragrances, I have all these notes in my head that I want to share before I start filming. I'm too lazy to write them down, and I think I'm going to remember. But my friend here on YouTube, Ange at 50 Cents UK, recently talked about these, I'm going to go back to these for just a second, these Michael Kors fragrances being a man magnet, or fragrances that get complimented when she wears them, that men compliment her on them. I'll link her channel below. It's a great video and she's so fun to watch. And I agree, these are fragrances that I think would be very appealing to the male nose. I have 3 more. Let's see here. I have 4 more. Okay, let's go back here to one that I have been wanting to get in my collection for a while and just have had trouble finding it at a reasonable price. And it's Pure White Linen by Estee Lauder. I have the regular 80s white linen, and I like that a lot. It's a pretty strong fragrance, a beast note fragrance if you ask me. I wanted just a lighter version of that to play with here as it gets really hot into the summer. Love this frosted bottle design, just very elegant. You guys, don't sleep on the designer fragrances. Estee Lauder in particular has a gorgeous line of fragrances. Maybe not for like the younger crowd, right? I was going to say immature, but that's not what I mean. The younger crowd. These are fragrances that may appeal mostly to more mature ladies. Mature as in a little up there in years, not in your 20s. I don't know that you would love this so much. Again, that's all stereotypes, but you know what I'm talking about. This is Pure White Linen. It is a lighter version of the Estee Lauder White Linen. It doesn't have quite as much body as that one. It's airier. It's more breezy. It definitely still smells like linens, freshly laundered linens, but in the breeze. Linens that have been sitting out in the sun and just smell fresh and light and clean. Fairly soapy fragrance. Soapy in a good way, not soapy in a bad way. There's a bad soapy where it's just too much, too aldehydic. This is a very pleasant, feminine, floral, soapy fragrance. I really like this a lot. I'm going to be rocking this, y'all, a lot this summer when it gets hot. Another from Estee Lauder. Okay. It's an Estee Lauder kind of day. Bronze Goddess, Estee Lauder. This is a 2017 formulation. I have a skin scent of this. I'm sorry, it's called the Eau Fresh Skin Scent. So it's a smaller, squatter bottle and is a very light version of it. And I also have a body oil version of this, but I wanted to get the actual eau de parfum. I love the bottle. It's this shocker bronze bottle. And I think I heard somewhere that in different years, different formulations of this have come out. So I wanted to be sure to mention that this is the 2017 version. I know that because I looked up the batch code on this. And it is considered kind of a quintessential summer beachy fragrance, but it is floral as well. I do get a lot of coconut, and I think there's some frangipani in this as well. This is just, you guys, I'm gonna really enjoy this summer. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's a floral summer fragrance, but on the mature side. One that I think you could wear into the evening as well. Yes, it's going to do well in the daytime, but one that's also going to perform well into the evening hours and would smell really great on the breeze behind you or around you. Bronze Goddess, Estee Lauder. 2 more. I'll finish off with my very favorite one from this haul. But I told you guys on Friday, my scent of the day was Beach Walk by Maison Margiela from the Replica line, Beach Walk. I told you on Friday this was my scent of the day and that I had purchased this from Sephora. Let me also say, by the way, I was shocked that I placed my Sephora order on Friday morning at about 5 a.m. because I'm crazy and wake up early, even on vacation, you guys. And I was expecting the order to be here by Tuesday. It was on my porch this morning and I was just elated. It was like the skies had opened up and the birds were chirping and the rainbow was coming down and touching my heart. So happy that my order came in. Oh, the angels were singing. Beach Walk. This is a classic beach scent. It's a heavy like into the love category for me. I liked it enough that I wanted to purchase this full bottle, even at the 20% off. It's got a lang-a-lang in it. It has coconut. It has bergamot. I think there's some lemon in here. There's some musky cedar kind of thing happening at the base. It is a nice beach fragrance. It smells exactly like you might think of when you think of a beach scent. Okay, not like on the frangipani sweet pina colada side of coconut. It's more so on the sunblocky side of coconut, but not your cheap sunblock fragrance. A nice sunblock fragrance. I like this a lot. I'm so happy to have this. I'm going to be rocking that this summer as well. And then my prized possession from this haul, y'all. This was in my coconut fragrances video, which I will also link below, that I did with my husband. And I had just a travel spray of it, and he loved it so much. And it made me think about it again, like maybe I love it too. I certainly want the people in my life to enjoy the fragrances that I wear. And this is Aerin Hibiscus Palm. So we had a very heavy Estee Lauder run here. Estee Lauder, Tom Ford were the stars of this fragrance haul. This is a gorgeous fragrance that is very tropical, that people say smells like a tropical resort lobby. Maybe. It smells like all the beautiful tropical flowers in the world with the most expensive suntan lotion mixed in. It really does have a suntan lotion vibe, but also heavily floral, yellow floral in particular, rich, opulent, decadent floral fragrance. Just so pretty. I don't know that the lasting power of the opening is the strongest, which is the most beautiful part of the fragrance to me. So it's one that I would want to reapply after 3 or 4 hours, but just so beautiful. And you know, these are not the most, they're not the most expensive, but they're certainly not inexpensive by any means. These are not affordable fragrances. I don't care who you are and what your pocketbook and budget looks like. These are pretty expensive fragrances for what you get and for the performance, but for the 20% off and for the beautiful opening and middle of this, I thought it was worth having in my collection. Aerin Hibiscus Palm. So those are the 14 fragrances from my recent haul from several places, Sephora, the cosmetics company store, and from the fragrance shop at the airport. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any of these and you like them, leave me a note in the comments and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to film part 2, and I'll see you all in that one. Take care, friends.